This is a disclaimer. This is not Lettie's chicken soup recipe. It is my version from a recipe I watched on Lettie's channel a few years ago. The reason I'm making the video is so many of my friends have requested my recipe. I always tell them it is my version of Lettie's recipe. I will list the ingredients below and will give it a stab as to the measurements of each one. Some of the ingredients Lettie used in her soup I thought were so unique, such as using spring water instead of tap water, using Than Bouillon instead of chicken stock or broth, adding McCormack's Montreal steak seasoning, adding nutmeg, sugar, and adding white wine. Now that I got this disclaimer out of the way, enjoy this very poor visual of me making soup. Hello, Tina Tubers. Today I'm gonna make Lettie's homemade chicken noodle soup. And I'm not gonna go through the whole thing as I did that the other day with my leftover steak recipe. And honey, I still can't upload that monster to my PC. I don't have a Mac. So I'm really going through some issues, but I keep saying I'm gonna do it until it works. So anyways, I just wanted to show you the ingredients. And one of the things that I have left out is fresh parsley. And I don't have any spinach today, but I'll add that tomorrow, but I wanted to get this made. Okay, here are the ingredients for Lettie's chicken noodle soup. And I make my chicken, I do like 4 chicken breasts in the crock pot, and I put the chicken broth and a bunch of onions and celery in there and let it go on high for 4 hours. And the chicken is just as moist as it can be. And so what I do is make chicken salad and the chicken noodle soup, or the chicken soup, whatever. If you add noodles, it's chicken noodle soup. So here we go. So here's my parsley that I'm cheating on. And remember, add your spinach, but I don't have it. I think one of the tricks to Lettie's soup, she uses spring water, and I never knew that. I don't have well water, but I just think it really made a difference. The other difference is Than Bouillon. It is just amazing. The taste is far superior than any chicken broth you would get. And I don't have any fresh garlic, so I'm using this. And the other day I said this was from the deli, but it's from the produce department, and I love it. And interesting, she adds nutmeg, onion powder, garlic powder, and this always, Montreal steak seasoning. And she adds sugar, like a tablespoon of sugar or a teaspoon. I don't know. I'm just telling you that I add this pack, no haters. And then over here is about a cup, and you can use, you know, a little more, but a little less, but it's white wine. And then the carrots and the celery cut up and the onion, and that's what they call a mirepoix. And what you do is just do the celery and the carrots and the onions first, saute in olive oil and let it sweat, is what she says. And then you can start adding your wine, your water, your bouillon, and all the rest of the goods. So I will leave this recipe, somewhat of a recipe, in the description below. But people, I just kind of eyeball it. So I'm just kind of giving you an idea of what I use. So here we are, and I just kind of want to show you, I coat the entire bottom of the pan with olive oil, so generous, okay? Not a tablespoon, not 2, but you just coat the whole bottom of the pan so that it really, and turn it up and let it get going. And then what we'll do is coat the pan really good. And then we'll pour in the mirepoix. So that's our celery, our carrots, and people, just eyeball it. And if for those of you that want exact measurements, man, I can't help you. I don't know what to tell you. I might have ruined this because I froze these onions, so that's probably a big no-no. But we'll see. That would be a shame if I wasted it, wouldn't it? Okay, so I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna do a generous amount of garlic. Like I said, I just kind of guess at it. And now when you've got your garlic and your onions, sorry people, this is really, I'm not very good at this. When you've got your generous amount of all of this, soak it all in. And just so you know, Lettie's the chef, and go on her site, and I believe, I hope she still has her chicken soup recipe up. I was watching an inspirational story about Denzel Washington's conversion and how Christ has been in his life. I mean, he even cited the date, so I think he was, who knows how old he was, maybe he was 35, 40 years old, I don't know for sure. But I'm gonna remember to put it down below. It's really worth watching. I think it might be only 3 minutes, but from such an incredible movie star, I always like to hear such words of wisdom and inspiration, especially when it comes to God. So that's really nice to hear. So I will leave that down below. So if this will start simmering, that'll be great. Sweating. I turned the camera off and never came back. So basically, after you do your mirepoix, just add the rest of your liquid ingredients, and then your spices, and last add your chicken, spinach, and parsley. Let it simmer for a couple hours, an hour, whatever. Taste and see. I'm going to close the video for today. Remember, be good to yourself, be good to others, and God will bless your efforts. Until next time.